What is a hero and why is heroism so rare? Hero is a word that we use for just about everyone in our lives that does anything that seems extraordinary. I was hungry the other night and my daughter went and got me fast food from McDonald's. When she came through the door with that bag in her hand, I said, "You are a hero." It doesn't take much to be a hero. Using the word the way we commonly use it. We use the word hero for anyone that does anything that seems a little bit extraordinary. I come from a military background, and part of my journey was learning about military heroes. These incredible men and women who have gone before us, who have done amazing feats of courage, people who we honor as we should. I've told the story before, but when I'm asked why it is that I went into the military, I often go back to a book. I have this book with me today. It's called They Met Danger. This book is the original that I had when I was a young person, copyright 1960. This book belonged to my dad. He gave this to me when I was about 12 years old. And I remember getting this book and reading these stories, amazing stories. They're stories of those during World War II who received the Congressional Medal of Honor. The Congressional Medal of Honor, of course, given to those who did things that were extraordinary. Wonderful stories. These stories of heroism began to spin things in my mind that caused me eventually to want to go into the military. It made me think thoughts like, if I could be a part of that, if I could do something like that, if I could live my life in a way that was bigger than me, I would want to. I read that book, They Met Danger, and it began to help me to understand what military heroes look like. I remember going to officer candidate school later on in my life for the United States Marine Corps. I was training to become a Marine officer. We had a lot of classes during that time, as you can imagine. Maybe some of you have experienced this, but one of the classes that we had on a weekly basis was military history. That very first class, the instructor had us stand at attention and said that he was going to read from the Bible. Now, coming from a Christian background, I was pretty excited about this. I had told everyone that the Marine Corps was a Christian organization. Their song is a hymn, and now they're reading from the Bible. Clearly, they're all Christians. The first day, he held up a book. We were standing at attention. He held up this book. Now, this is a copy of the book that he held up, but it's called The United States of America's Congressional Medal of Honor Recipients and Their Official Citations, with this red, white, and blue cover. And this is similar to the book I had when I was a kid. This has every actual citation, not the stories, but actual citation for every Congressional Medal of Honor recipient up to this period of time. Now, this was back in the early 90s. This book has been updated, but every single one. And we'd stand there in that military history class and learn about military heroes as he read these citations. He chose to read the citations of those who had received the Congressional Medal of Honor posthumously. They died as they were doing the heroic act that we were remembering. Military heroes are a part of the fabric of the United States military. We look back to what they did. We understand the path that they traveled. We learn from them and from their actions so that we can go into battle and do heroic things as well. But as we look at life, as we consider this idea of heroism, what is a hero? I mean, really? Do you have to have served in the military to be a hero? Do you have to do something that is physically impressive to be a hero? Do you have to come from another planet or wear tights around during the day to be a hero? What is a hero? A hero really is someone who acts courageously. Courage is seeing the situation around you, realizing that the situation you find yourself in is dangerous for you personally. It may be physically dangerous, as in it could cause you the loss of life. It may be some kind of danger to your reputation or danger to your relationships. A courageous person is someone that understands what is at stake and goes forward anyhow. A hero is a courageous person. Not an ignorant person, not someone who's unwise, not someone who doesn't know what's happening, but someone that has considered or counted the cost and understood that the cause was worth whatever cost was involved. Heroes and heroism are both rare, not because it's impossible, but because most people don't want to do what is required of a hero. Considering the cost and understanding that the cause makes the cost worth it. Here's the thing, we use this word hero for just about everything, but in a very real sense, we need real heroes in our world right now. I'm thankful for military heroes, those men and women who have gone before us, those men and women that we can look back to and say they knew what was happening, they knew what was at stake, that they could possibly lose their lives, but because they cared about the men and women around them, they did it anyhow. That's what makes them military heroes. They didn't fall into it, it wasn't an accident. They knew what was the possible cost, and they did it because of the cause. That's exactly what we need in our world right now. We need moms and dads who will be heroes, understanding the cost of standing up for what's right and doing the difficult thing as they raise their kids, but doing it anyhow because the cause is worth it. We need civic leaders and political leaders and people throughout our society and across our country to be heroes, to stand up and do what's right, even if there's a cost to themselves personally, because the cause of liberty, of freedom, of truth, those are causes that make whatever cost comes in play worthwhile. So bringing this all the way back around, what about you? Will you be a hero? Heroism is extraordinary, but it's not extraordinary because it's that difficult. It's extraordinary because people are often unwilling to do what is necessary, to put themselves aside and to do what is needed because the cause is worth it. What about you? Will you be a hero?